This is one of the strangest stories I have ever seen. How can someone plan to unalive himself? And what he did will surprise you. So this is John, a 14-year-old British boy who became the first person in history to be charged with his own attempted murder. And this Mark, the boy who stabbed John but had no idea he was being manipulated. Mark was an only child, lonely and eager to make friends. That's when he met John, a boy who seemed just as eager to talk. They became close, bonding over shared interests. But what Mark didn't know was that John had a dark secret, one that would lead them both into a twisted game of deception. John wasn't just talking to Mark as himself. He was also pretending to be other people. A lot of other people. He created entire fake identities online, each with their own personality, backstory, and way of speaking. Mark, unaware of the trick, thought he was forming connections with multiple people. In reality, every conversation, every message, and every word came from John alone. One of John's most important fake identities was Janet Dobinson, a woman he claimed was a high-ranking secret intelligence officer. She told Mark he had been chosen for a mission, something dangerous, but heroic. If he succeeded, he would earn a place in the intelligence world, become a national hero, and even receive, well, let's just say, some personal rewards. Mark, desperate for adventure and validation, believed every word. But what was the mission? To kill John. Yes, John convinced Mark that he needed to die, and through his fake personas, he manipulated Mark into believing it was the right thing to do. After months of brainwashing, the plan was set. John invited Mark out for the day, knowing exactly what was about to happen. The two walked through a quiet alleyway, far from prying eyes. Then, Mark took out a knife and stabbed John twice. John collapsed. Blood soaked his clothes, but he survived. Mark panicked and ran. Within hours, police found him. It didn't take long before the whole story unraveled, and that's when things got really strange. During the investigation, police discovered that all the people Mark had spoken to online were actually John. Every single one. The mission, the intelligence agency, the rewards, it was all a lie. The court was stunned. How could someone be both the victim and the mastermind? How could Mark be punished for stabbing someone who wanted to be stabbed? In a legal first, the judge ruled that John was responsible for his own attempted murder. Both boys were charged, Mark for carrying out the attack and John for orchestrating it. But in the end, neither went to prison. They were sentenced to probation and went back to their lives.